The only witness. It was a very bad day for Tony, the watch repairer. He left for his work in the morning and his car was short of gas. He thought to refill it last night, but he was really feeling tired. So he thought about filling the tank in the morning before going to his work. He dealt in watches and also repaired them when any customer demanded. Last night, a customer came and wanted his watch repaired when he was almost throwing the shop's shutters. He could have said no to him if he had not been his regular customer. So, he spent nearly 2 hours on the watch, which really exhausted him. He was a very punctual and law-abiding citizen. He proudly told his friends and family that he never got a ticket while driving for 20 years. He never indulged in any rift even. That was why he lived alone, because he thought that he could not afford the marital responsibilities. But that day was not a good day for him, and sitting in his flat thinking he might have filled the gas in the night, or he might have been, even, 10 minutes late. But nobody can fight with fate. As usual, when he left his flat for his shop, he stopped at the gas station. He was filling the gas on the rear machine, and on the front machine was a bully-faced man. Of his appearance, he seemed to be a harsh and a criminal type of a person. He had not finished filling the gas when 2 persons appeared on the scene and started firing on the man straight, and in no time he was in blood and then died on the spot. Tony could escape his death by millimeters. He could not bear the pressure of the incident and decided to return to his flat. He turned on the television to listen to the news of the incident, and then the news flashed on the television screen. The murdered person was an underworld don, and his name was not anonymous to him even. But the first time he saw him at the gas station just before his death. Then on every channel was the same news, but for his misfortune, his picture was very clear in the news, where he was running desperately to save his life. And he knew in no time the police would reach and will start interrogation on him. He started receiving his friends' calls and were feeling sorry over the incident and were thanking God that he was safe in the incident. Most of them advised him to remain aloof from that matter. He was scared to death and didn't know what to do. On the other hand, the head of an underworld opposite gang was holding a meeting. He was happy over the elimination of the rival Don, but a bit worried about the witness who was seen very clearly in the television footage. He knew this would create a turmoil in the city police, and they would leave no stone turned to crack them down. And soon, they would reach the witness. He never killed innocent persons because it was against his rules, but today, the matter was different. If police convinced the man in the footage to become their witness, then there would be a big loss, not for his men, but for the whole gang. Because already, there had been many gang wars erupted in the community, and if the police could not stop it now, the endless killing and encounters would be on its way. He called for a professional killer to settle the matter. He instructed him to go and find him and make sure if the person is ready to be the witness or not. If yes, kill him. If not, then let him live. Through some of his contacts, the killer named Bush knew about the address of the watchmaker and reached there in no time. He knocked at the door and heard a scared voice coming from the flat. Tony asked who was there. The killer introduced himself to be another witness of the incident and wanted to exchange views and further planning over the incident. He opened the door and asked how he found his address. He said, "You are famous all around, and at the gas station one of the workers knows you well. The killer found the watchmaker scared to death and was feeling sorry for him because the next moments would decide his fate. He introduced himself and wanted to make sure that he would become a witness or not. Then the conversation started. "Sir, it was a really horrible incident, and I could not shake off the incident from my mind. What do you think? Should we go to the police station ourselves and tell them that we are ready to be witnesses?" said the killer. "No, not at all. I will never go to the police station at all. I don't want to indulge in this matter. I am already done," said the watchmaker. "But you should. It is our moral and national duty. If we don't do this, then crime will never stop in our society, and police need the witnesses to catch the criminals," said the criminals. "You know who they are in that matter. They are underworld gangs. They never leave us. They will kill us. No way. I will never go to the police." "What if the police come themselves to us and force us to be witnesses? What shall we do then?" said the killer. "No, they can't force us in any matter. We'll flatly refuse that I have not seen the faces clearly, and you must say this as well," said Tony. "And I will advise you to try to forget the incident. Won't our conscience prick us that we are cowards? How can we face ourselves when the matter comes that we are law-abiding citizens? How can we justify when testing time came, we retreated?" The killer was trying his best to provoke Tony if he could be a future witness or not, and his life was inches away from him, and his response would determine it. Tony said, "No, you are not a patriot. I am going to the police station to attest myself as a witness," and he stood up. This was his last trap. If Tony could remain himself away from the matter, then he would let him live. He started taking steps towards the exit door. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he touched the handle of the door to go away. Then Tony called him, "Stop. You are right. We should be patriots. I am ready to be a witness." Draw your own conclusion about Tony's fate and tell us in the comments section.